Walking has been America's favorite prescription for aging well. Doctors recommend it. Health apps track it. Fitness gurus swear by it. And yes, walking matters. It keeps your heart pumping, your joints moving, and your mood lifted. But here's what nobody's telling you. Walking alone won't stop what's happening inside your body right now. Starting at age 30, you lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade. By 60, that loss accelerates. Your balance deteriorates, your strength fades, your independence quietly slips away, one compromised step at a time. A 2022 study tracking over 1,700 adults, aged 51 to 75, found something unsettling. Those who walked daily, but did nothing else, had nearly double the risk of dying within the next 10 years, compared to those who combined walking with just 3 specific exercises. Not complicated gym routines, not expensive equipment. 3 movements that take 15 minutes total, done in your living room, that address what walking cannot: the loss of muscle, the erosion of balance, and the weakening of the body's core stabilizers. If you're over 60 and you've noticed it's harder to get up from a low chair, or you feel unsteady on uneven ground, or your legs just don't feel as strong as they used to, what you're about to discover could change everything. These 3 exercises aren't just movements. They're your insurance policy against falls, frailty, and losing the ability to live on your own terms. Before we get started, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Number 3. Sit to stand. The simplest test of your future independence. Stand up from your chair right now. No hands. Go ahead, try it. How did that feel? Easy? A little wobbly? Needed to push off with your hands? That simple movement, getting up from a seated position without using your arms, is one of the most powerful predictors of how long you'll live independently. Researchers call it the sit-to-stand test, and it's not just an assessment, it's a window into your body's functional age. Here's what's happening. Every time you stand up, you're activating your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core stabilizers all at once. These are the exact muscles that determine whether you can carry groceries, climb stairs, or recover if you start to fall. And after 60, these muscles are vanishing faster than you think. Without targeted resistance training, people lose up to 30% of their muscle mass between ages 50 and 70. After 70, the rate accelerates even more. Walking doesn't rebuild these muscles. It maintains some cardiovascular fitness, sure, but it doesn't create the kind of load-bearing stress your muscles need to stay strong, dense, and responsive. That's why walkers still fall. That's why walkers still lose strength. Because walking doesn't train your body to produce force against gravity, which is exactly what sit-to-stand does. A study from Stanford Medicine found that adults in their 60s and 70s who incorporated sit-to-stand exercises into their weekly routine had 23% fewer falls over a 2-year period compared to those who only walked. Their legs stayed stronger, their hips stayed mobile, and critically, they maintained the ability to transition from sitting to standing, which is essential for toileting, getting out of bed, and moving from a car seat to standing. Now here's the beauty of this movement. You don't need a gym. You don't need weights. You don't even need to change clothes. You just need a chair. Start by sitting fully into a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Cross your arms over your chest so you're not tempted to push off. Now, lean slightly forward and stand up using only your legs. That's it. Then sit back down slowly and controlled. That eccentric phase, the lowering down, is where your muscles get the most benefit. It's like a controlled resistance exercise in reverse. If that's too hard right now, start with a higher chair or couch. Use your hands lightly at first, but aim to reduce that assistance over time. Your goal? 10 repetitions without using your hands. 3 times a week, that's all. In just 4 weeks, most people notice their legs feel more stable, their transitions smoother, and their confidence skyrockets. You're not just getting stronger, you're reclaiming the power to move through your day without hesitation or fear. Number 2. Single leg balance. The 10-second test that predicts how long you'll live. Here's a question most people have never asked themselves. How long can you stand on one leg? Not on a balance beam, not with your eyes closed, just standing, 1 foot off the ground, eyes open, in your kitchen. Try it right now. Lift one foot, hold it, and count. 10 seconds. That's the threshold. If you can hold a single leg stance for at least 10 seconds, you're in good shape. If you can't, the research is sobering. A landmark study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed over 1,700 adults aged 51 to 75 for 7 years. Those who could not balance on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of death from any cause over the next decade compared to those who could. The risk of dying was nearly 4 times greater. Why? Because balance isn't just about coordination. It's a reflection of your neuromuscular system, your brain's communication with your muscles, your core stability, and your overall functional health. When balance deteriorates, falls happen. And falls after 60 are catastrophic. 1 in 4 older adults who break a hip die within a year. Half never regain full mobility. The fall becomes the beginning of the end. But here's the good news. Balance is trainable, highly trainable, and it responds faster than almost any other physical quality because it's neurological as much as it is muscular. Your brain learns to coordinate signals between your eyes, inner ears, and proprioceptors, the sensors in your joints and muscles that tell you where your body is in space. The more you practice, the sharper those signals become. Walking doesn't train single-leg balance because both feet are always in contact with the ground. You're never forced to stabilize on one side. That's why people who walk every day still stumble on curbs, trip over rugs, or feel unsteady on stairs. Walking is bilateral. Life is not. According to data from the CDC, balance exercises alone can reduce fall risk by 24%. When combined with strength training, that number jumps to 42%. And the benefits go beyond fall prevention. A 2025 study from Mayo Clinic found that adults over 60 who could maintain a single leg stance for at least 30 seconds showed better cognitive function, faster reaction times, and greater independence in daily activities than those who couldn't. Here's how to practice. Stand next to a counter or wall for safety. Lift one foot a few inches off the ground. Don't hold on to anything unless you start to lose balance. Just stand. Breathe. Focus on a point in front of you to help stabilize your gaze. Start with whatever time you can manage, even if it's just 5 seconds. Then switch legs. Do this once a day, every day. As you improve, challenge yourself by lifting your foot higher, closing your eyes, or standing on a soft surface like a folded towel or pillow. Within 2 weeks, most people double their hold time. Within a month, that 10-second threshold becomes easy. And with it comes something priceless. The confidence to move through your home, your neighborhood, your life without fear of falling. Number 1. Bodyweight squats, the movement that keeps you independent for life. If you could only do one exercise for the rest of your life, this should be it. Not because it's trendy, not because fitness influencers love it, but because the squat pattern, the ability to lower and raise your body from a deep position, is the single most functional movement for maintaining independence as you age. It's how you sit on the toilet, how you get in and out of a car, how you pick something up off the floor, how you garden, play with grandchildren, or simply live without assistance. And here's the truth most people over 60 don't know. If you lose the ability to squat, you lose the ability to live independently. A 12-year study of over 5,000 adults found that those who could hold a full squat position, heels flat, hips below knees, for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower chance of needing assisted living in their later years. Their hips stayed mobile, their knees stayed strong, their core remained engaged. Why? Because squatting works everything at once. Quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, calves, core stabilizers, hip flexors, and even your ankles. It's a total body integration movement that mimics real-world demands better than any other exercise. Walking doesn't do this. Walking keeps your legs moving in one plane of motion, forward and back. But life doesn't happen in one plane. Life requires you to bend, lower, rotate, and rise. And those movements require strength in ranges that walking never touches. Research from Tufts University shows that resistance-based exercises like squats can actually reverse muscle loss in older adults. Not just slow it down, reverse it. In one study, Adults in their 70s who performed bodyweight squats 3 times a week for 12 weeks gained an average of 2.5 pounds of muscle mass and increased their leg strength by 35%. Their walking speed improved, their balance improved, and most reported feeling younger, more capable, and more confident in their daily lives. But let's be honest, the word squat scares a lot of people over 60. Images of gym bros with barbells come to mind, knee pain, fear of injury. So let's reframe this. You're not training to be an athlete, you're training to be independent, to live in your own home, to get off the floor if you need to move with dignity and strength. Here's how to start safely. Stand in front of a sturdy chair, feet shoulder-width apart, toes slightly turned out. Slowly lower yourself down as if you're going to sit, but stop just before your bottom touches the seat. Pause for 1 second. Then stand back up using your legs, not your arms. That's 1 rep. If you need to fully sit and then stand, that's fine. You're still getting massive benefit. Over time, work toward hovering just above the chair without sitting all the way down. That extra time under tension is where strength is built. Your goal? 10 controlled squats, 3 times a week. If your knees hurt, check your form. Make sure your knees track over your toes, not caving inward. Keep your weight in your heels, and never force range of motion. Progress slowly. This isn't a race, it's a practice. A practice that will keep you strong, mobile, and independent for decades. Why these 3? Why not just walk? Walking is wonderful. It's free, it's accessible, it's meditative. But walking is maintenance, not transformation. It keeps what you have, but it doesn't build what you've lost. And after 60, you're losing muscle, balance, and strength faster than walking can replace. These 3 exercises, sit to stand, single leg balance, and bodyweight squats, target the exact vulnerabilities that lead to falls, frailty, and dependence. They rebuild muscle, they retrain your nervous system, they restore confidence, and together, they take less than 15 minutes, 3 times a week. That's it. No gym membership, no equipment, no sweat-drenched workouts. Just 3 movements that address what walking cannot. The loss of muscle that makes you weak, the loss of balance that makes you unsteady, and the loss of functional strength that makes everyday life a struggle. Aging isn't something that happens to you. It's something you can shape, slow, and even reverse with the right movements. You don't have to accept stiffness, weakness, or fear of falling as inevitable. You just have to move differently, smarter, more intentionally. So before your next walk, take 15 minutes. Do 10 sit-to-stands. Hold a single leg balance on each side. Perform 10 bodyweight squats. Then go for your walk if you want. But know that in those 15 minutes, you've done more for your longevity, independence, and quality of life than hours of walking ever could. Because aging well isn't about fighting time. It's about moving with purpose. And these 3 exercises give you exactly that.